48 Hour Author, and this morning we're here for the very last event in Melbourne for 2019. Kaylene and Ledgar is one of our recently published authors who's had a very rapid journey, right? She's come to help us out today also with crewing at this event, and something our Sydney crew yesterday said, and Susie was one of your retreat buddies. She said how valuable it is, and when you come back and crew and you see how far you've come from the moment you sat in this room. Yes? So thank you for being here today. So tell me a little bit about, by the way, Kaylene wrote not one, so this is a big book, but she wrote a second book, which is she'll tell you about in a moment, and she released them both at the same time we were launching, and is planning the third one for next year.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what prompted you to come to the workshop, obviously, or was there a trigger? How long had you been thinking to write a book? All of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I had always dreamed of having a book. I had no idea what the book would be.
Yeah.
I kind of at one point thought, it might be a bit of a romance novel or something like that.
Fiction.
But it just never really took off. And I just had this, I wanted to have something with my name on to pass on for future.
Legacy.
Exactly. And I really didn't think it was within my reach. And earlier this year, my father died after a really short battle with cancer. And before he passed away, he said to me, live your life with no regrets, because he had lived his life with no regrets. And I thought, isn't that beautiful to leave without regrets? And I was like, okay, so I'm going to start my business. So how am I going to do it? I want to do a book as well.
Yes.
Okay, how am I going to do it? And then on Facebook, Ultimate 48 Hour Blueprint came up, and I'm doing it. And I was still working at the time, but between registering and attending the workshop in April, I retired from the public service.
Wow.
In that, I went, no, this is going to be it. And I came to the Blueprint with a vague idea of what I wanted to do, but it wasn't clear. I didn't have that clarity. And then as I watched you speak throughout the day, and then Stuart get up and unpack, I'm like, it's not that. And I just kept thinking, what is it that I want to write about? And all of a sudden I thought, hey, I can do this. I can do this. So that was in April.
And then you came to the May retreat.
Exactly. It's
and
like,
then we launched, 4th of October was our group book launch, which we actually finished this one, and then we kind of went, well, let's focus on this one, and we actually ended up being able to make that. Both of them, which is amazing. So what are the books about? Tell us.
So Speaking It's Not Worse Than Death. That is a book that helps people gain confidence in speaking. I used to, 16 years ago, be absolutely terrified of speaking, couldn't speak in front of more than 2 people, and would get nervous and feel sick and shake every symptom. I think I've listed 15 symptoms in the book that I used to experience just from the thought of having to speak. And having overcome that fear, amazing things happened in my life. I got opportunities at work, opportunities that I'd been missing for years were handed to me. And exciting projects and government initiatives, and all of a sudden my life took a huge turn. And when I started thinking about my business and my book, I'm like, well, that's something that's helped me, and the journey's been amazing. If I can help other people, and about 75% of people will experience nervousness or anxiety just at the thought.
I think it's like a 93%.
Just at the thought of having to speak, and it doesn't have to be in front of big groups. It might just be an interview, or one of my clients is on the telephone. They were stressed about having to speak. So all of that behind me went, hey, if I can capture that in a book.
So is this like more for the beginners, like those that are really fearful, like because there's different levels of speaking?
Well, that's where it's been interesting. There is a full chapter all about facing your fear. And then it goes into, because one of the best things to help you face your fear is to learn and understand about speaking and what to do. So the bulk of the book is about how to get clarity in your message, how to package it right,
Yes.
and then how to perform and do the delivery as well.
Nice.
There's also area in there about networking.
Yep.
Because as a speaker, you want to network before and after, and that's also good for any networking situation as well. So while it's speaking is not worse than death, and the fear of speaking is there, for someone that does fear speaking, it will help. But what I have found since I've released it in this short time is that some of my experienced speakers that have been friends with me for years, they're actually going, oh my gosh, these
cool
gems. And I saw one lady that's accomplished speaker yesterday, and she had like about 20 or 30 little tabs in here for where she was going to refer. And she said, that tells me it's a good book, Kaylene.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah, so it's,
And the other one?
This one is From the Heart with Tears, Plan and Deliver a Heartfelt Eulogy. And that is, as I said, one of the triggers was losing my dad at the start of the year. And that was my 4th eulogy that I've delivered. And it's not easy. But I've worked out a process that I go through when I plan the different people's eulogies, because it's a very sad moment that you're dealing with, but the person's life has not always been sad.
It's a celebration.
Exactly. So how can you help somebody speak, especially if they're not confident, at that sad time? And they've only got 2 days sometimes.
And that's why I love that you've made it such a short read, like literally probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes read.
If that. So it's quick and easy. It's got templates. It's got questions to ask the family.
Nice.
Things to ask yourself to be able to pull it together. And both books have workbooks available from my website to download for free. And they can keep using them over and over, no matter how many times they need to use them.
So tell me, how was the process in doing all of this? Was it as hard as you thought?
It was amazing, because when I was here at this event in April, and you said, and you speak out your chapters, I'm like, yes, I'm a speaker. I love that.
Yeah.
And there's been so many times when I've spoken for about 18 minutes or more, and it was like, okay, just do that 12 times,
that's it,
and you've got your 12 chapters. And it really was simple. Following the template that you provided helps you get clarity as to what you're going to put into each chapter. Before that, working with Stuart to work out what my actual chapters were, and then coming up with the sexy names. Each one of those steps helped to get the clarity.
More and more.
And then coming to the retreat, I was set up. I had done all the tech work beforehand.
You were so organised, like really dream student. You're like,
The thing is, it's like, you have done it so many times before. You know what you're talking about, and it works if you just follow step by step. And I finished all of my recordings at the retreat.
I think maybe, did you finish on the Saturday afternoon, evening?
Before we had the party.
Before Saturday. So really the Sunday was let's send these off for transcription and all that. Wonderful.
So my only advice would be to do what you say and test and have a practice run beforehand.
That's my advice. I shared that advice, but
absolutely,
half of them listen, half of them don't.
And I really would do that, because if you practice a few times before you turn up, you'll
get the nerves.
Get over the nerves.
The weirdness of speaking by yourself to a recorder.
Absolutely. And the other thing that you said that is so true is about letting go of saying everything exactly right the first time. You do get the opportunity to edit
and tidy
exactly later on. So just trust that you know your stuff, you've done your homework, it's coming from you and your heart, and follow the process. It works. It
I love it.
Truly works.
So tell me now, what are your plans for the next, this is only fresh, hot off the press, right? So next 12 months to 5 years, like, what do you want to see yourself do? You quit public servant job, and you are running your own business. So what are some of the things you want to do?
So a couple of things that I'm looking at the moment is I'm looking at opportunities to do some writing, as in using some of the content from here, but reshaping it for articles.
Nice.
One's a business related and the other one's a women's online, so two different news online avenues. So that would be really good because I really just want to get the messages out there. So that's one area. Another area is looking at how I can build workshops out of these. I've done workshops before under different organisations, but now I want to build it under Kaylenes Ledgar in my own business. So how can I build this into workshops and potentially online workshops? And I'm going to start doing some vlogs, which was a whole new word for me. A vlog. And the great thing about it is I've got this book. So I've got 12 packages of content, and in each one of them there's probably maybe 2 or 3
subsections.
Exactly. So
you can start there. The content in vlogging is in here.
Exactly. So this is going to be the basis of launching all of that as well, and having my own YouTube channel and and get more coaching clients as well long term.
Absolutely.
That's going to be exciting.
I mean, so many people can benefit from improving their speaking skills. Even, I'm excited to look through some of the tips and tricks that you share, and I can always pick up stuff from someone else. Oh, I've never thought about doing it that way, or whatever it is. I love it. So where can people buy your book?
So
your books.
My books. So you can buy them at kayleneledgar.com.au.
And we'll post the link below this video. And of course, you can look up these books also online. That'd be everywhere distributed as we normally do. So I love it. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, helping out. And you're my local home Melbourne-based author, so we do have the opportunity to catch up and all that sort of stuff. We really appreciate it. And I know you're coming to help out at possibly at a retreat next year. So full circle to see the journey of where you were to where you've come, and now back in this room of an event that you attended, so you can see it from a different set of eyes. And then when you crew at a retreat, you'll see it from a different set of eyes because you won't be in that space, you're just doing it for the first time. I love it. Thank you guys. So go get one of these amazing little book about how to create and deliver a eulogy. And of course the speaking is not, I love this little guy on the cover. Hiding behind the curtain. He's so cute. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but Nick did a great job with these covers. And I love how you made them consistent on the back as well. And look forward to helping you do your third book because Kaylene's already planning to write her third. So the writing is really, I think it's going to become your forte in the future. It's addictive. After my 10, I'm already thinking, the next one. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. We're going to get this event started here in Melbourne today, and go and follow Kaylene and her journey. Bye.